Alright, we're about to cut this one here. You see it. I've taken a lot of limbs off this side of it. Every limb on it was coming back out this way over the trailer. And the way we've got it set up, you can see the 3/4 rope up there on the top of it. It goes out there and it's connected to the cutter. Derek's in the cutter out there, Cutterman830 on TikTok. I'm gonna be cutting it with a 661 36-inch bar, 33 RS chain. It's a skip tooth that's on it, and we're gonna see how this works. Y'all remember Scott? There's Scott right there. Remember, he used to work, well, he still works for us. I used to work with him. Yeah, it's still on. It's still recording. You come all the way up here with me.
Yeah, y'all remember me walking dog, kick, come on back.
So I'm gonna walk out here and I'm gonna watch that top of that tree. All right, Derek, ease back with it just a little bit. I just got it notched is all. We're just gonna hold it. I hold it right there, Derek. So it's got to go right by the back of that camper trailer. Be sure and watch this video all the way to the end. I show with an illustration how far I move this tree before it starts to fall on over, so just keep watching it. I didn't go in between the stumps like what I was wanting to do. I went just to the right. I was wanting it to land right in between those stumps right there where I was wanting it to land. It ended up, it hit this one. It actually hit on this one right here. And that's why I cut that stump off, because I knew it was going to hit some of this stuff. I dang sure didn't want it to hit that one up high and then it send it up in that into that trailer. Oh, is it hung, Scott?
I don't know what it is.
I can cut. I'll get the other saw and I'll cut it free right quick. So this is Derek's point of view. This is a 726 tire cat cutter, the biggest rubber tire cutter that they make. Listen to this big Cummins in that thing, just humming along, ready to get after and pull this tree. You know, man, this is the beauty of having the centers on the helmet, being able to talk back and forth, and just watch how smooth Derek is, man. We've worked together on so many trees over the years, taking them down. It's crazy, man. Just watch. I love watching this stuff. All right, we're going to watch this arrow. I've got the tip of the arrow right against the tree. What I'm doing is I'm making my hinge, so I'm not boring a tree, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But you'll see, all Derek is doing right now is he's kind of holding it, and you'll see it start to move some. It's kind of, I'm telling him to give it a little bit. What I'm doing, I'm watching that thing and see it starting to move some right there. Watch how far this tree moves until the root gets slack. So the arrow hadn't moved or anything. We're still not vertical on it yet. Of course, you got to keep in mind, you got them limbs hanging off that back side of it. You got to get them past the center point too before it goes ahead and commits to go. So we're almost at vertical. Rope still tight. Still tight. Derek's pulling. Derek's pulling. Derek's pulling. Right about there. Several feet to go to get it over there to make it commit to fall. Say you were hammering wedges. I don't know that you would have ever lifted that tree far enough, that far over with a stack of wedges in it to get to go that far. I said that a lot of times I don't bore these trees like this. And the reason why is because I like to kind of set the tension on the rope. So I put the tension on it. I'm just wanting to kind of hold the tree, which is okay. But a lot of times, even when you do that and you bore it and you come out the back, what's happening is all of a sudden when you come out the back of it, the tree will kind of jump a little bit. I've never had a problem with one. I've never had one fail, but I don't like that sudden movement. Whereas it would be easier to bore it and to make your hinge perfect. And in that way, I'm not dealing with trying to make my hinge like I am right there, because I'm feathering up against it. I'm watching that fiber down there, watching how it's moving. I want that fiber to be fluid. So which is going to put your hinge perfect. 10% hinge thickness at DBH. And because if you're more than that, the hinge is not going to work. So as I'm feathering up to it, I'm watching it, I never get that sudden shock on it like that right there. Because a hinge is kind of like, in wood, it's kind of like a piece of wire almost. You can bend it a little bit, but if you keep wiggling it, you're gonna break it. It's gonna fail. And different fibers of wood, different type of wood, they hold differently too. But I can do that, and I can gently control between what I'm doing with a saw and what I've got whoever pulling. I can make that thing just so fluid, just ease right on over till I'm satisfied where I'm at on the thickness and make it do what I want it to do. Knowing what you can get away with wedges is very important, because most wedges have about 1 inch left on them. And then you get into what's called segments of trees. And the segment of a tree is determined by the distance in front of the hinge to the back cut. The taller the tree is, and your distance right there between the front of the hinge and the outside of the back cut, that determines how many segments that you have in a tree. I'm going to dig really in depth on that. I may go in down there in my shop, and I may film a video tomorrow and talk about the segments of a tree and how you figure a tree, what you can get away with as far as lift goes with a wedge, how far you can move a tree, depending on how tall it is, how many segments to get, how wide it is at the base. There's a lot of things there to consider, and it took me a little while to figure it out. The only way that I figured it out is I had Tim Ard explain it to me twice one night. He explained it to me, and I was really confused at what he was getting with it. I had it explained to me prior to talking to Tim one night, and we were face to face. He explained it to me again, and I said, all right. I said, go back over it again and explain it. I said, go kind of slow. And when he did, then it was like a light went off in my brain finally, and I got it and I understood it. But trees are some really cool things if you understand some of the dynamics and things behind them. And you don't have to be just, you need some sawing experience, but you ain't got to be just, years and years and years. As long as you understand the basics of it, you can take and do this same stuff like this. So I hope you enjoyed that. You can comment down below, tell your thoughts down there. But some cool stuff. These are some tricky trees to deal with, because like I was running a 36-inch bar, I wasn't even coming all the way through the other side. That's the reason why I was going around the other side, because I had run the tip around there to make sure I got that far side cut like I needed to. So anyhow, I hope y'all have a great day. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.